I'm the artistic director here at Homegrown Theater, and on behalf of our entire cast, company, and crew, welcome to the 6th Annual Horrific Puppet Affair, a very horrific holiday special! Before we get started, please silence your cell phones. We puppets have felty fingers and cannot use your touch screens. It makes us very jealous, so please turn those off. A very big, a warm welcome to our show sponsors, Pie Hole Pizza, The Mode Lounge, and Idaho Horror Film Festival! Another big thank you to the Boise City Department of Arts and History! If you like what you see here tonight, and you feel like it's worth having in Boise, I dare you. I dare you to find anything like this in Boise, because I think there's nothing like this in Boise. And if you feel like it should continue to happen in Boise and get better and better and better, we depend on your help. If we charged what it costs to produce all this for your ticket price, we would be charging $25, $30 a ticket. But we don't want to be charging $25, $30 a ticket. We feel like if we charge that much, a bunch of people who we feel should see the show wouldn't be able to see the show. So, we ask for you to become members on patreon.com/HGT. It's super simple, it takes like 5 minutes to set up. You can donate $5 a month, $10 a month, and it might not seem like a lot to you, but over time, it all adds up, and it makes all of this possible. If you've been to the Puppet Affair year after year, you see that it gets better and better and it grows. But it can only grow if you help us grow. So please consider that, and we thank you ahead of time for that. There's other ways to support. You can jump onto our puppet auction in the back of the room. Jessica, give us a woo. Buy her, throw down some money, and buy some of our puppets. The puppets aren't going home with us. Some of them are, but not all of them. So, yeah, there will be a 15-minute intermission, and a big, very, very, very warm thank you to Woodland Empire for hosting our weird work. Thank you, Woodland Empire! On that note, we have to say it's closing night here at the Puppet Affair. And we have been doing the Puppet Affair here at Woodland Empire for 4 years. Our old home, the Red Room, went out of business, and Woodland Empire jumped in and saved the day for us. Back then, we were doing 4 productions per run, or 4 shows per run, and you should have seen where like the stage was like in the middle of the room, the crowds were like a quarter of this size, and year after year we had to increase the amount of evenings that we did, performances that we did this. We had to move the stage all the way back. We cut the stage in half so we could fit more and more people in, and that's because Woodland Empire let us into their home. And it's with a really sad. We've been granted a home at the Gem Center for the Arts for our upcoming year. Homegrown Theater will be their resident theater company, and with that, we are going to be producing 4 productions in 2018. Very sad heart that this will be our final performance at Woodland Empire. Aww. So, let's go out with a big fucking party! Yeah. It's so good! Let's have a great show tonight! It's the 6th Annual Horrific Puppet Affair with my friend, your host, Bermuda Day! With my friend, your host, Bermuda Day! Do you know about the late night show?
I don't know. I'm not calling. Just go. You're kidding.
Okay, we'll just get started without it!
Dad! Dad!
That's an angel soul! Hello, darling, and welcome to the 6th annual Horrific Puppet Affair, a very horrific holiday special. Because if you have something that works, it's very important to change everything about when it's done and what it's about. What a year to do it to. 2017, the year half the population actually listened to the lyrics of Baby It's Cold Outside. I'm your host, Hermuta Din, official ambassador of hell for Boise, Idaho. And with me, as always, standing behind me, lip-syncing along with everything I say, like some sort of ill-advised Mariah Carey, Ashley Simpson Thanksgiving Day parade float. My future human form, Fleshy. Do not laugh for him. He is my perpetual lump of coal. So now, I've brought you all here in December this year, in front of my curtains into hell, and not October, where admittedly, I make a lot more sense. Completely on purpose, and not because I overslept and missed Halloween. Because every day in hell is daylight savings time. And it's not the good one. So no, this is a completely legitimate horrific puppet affair. So I now present to you in its entirety the scariest thing I could think of last minute, the 1978 Star Wars Holiday Special. Wait. No. That's a terrible idea. I have a much better one, yes. A horrific puppet show in the holidays. Why hasn't anyone thought of that before? That's a much better idea than a variety show starring Art Carney, B. Arthur, Jefferson Starship, and 10 wordless minutes of Chewbacca's family growling at each other. It's a real thing. I suggest you never look it up. So now, let's make like Blink-182 and have Halloween on Christmas. And if that reference goes over your head, I'm so sorry that 9th grade was so uneventful for you. So up first, Jack Frost. Yes, by Aaron Chancer.
We're almost done. Just one more thing.
Oh, right! Of course!
Perfect.
I'm so excited! He's not doing it! me he comes back right away.
Just give it a minute. Come on, Frosty. You can do it. I believe in you.
I don't get it. We built the most perfect snowman. Why won't he wake
You
up?
did everything right. It'll happen, okay?
This is dumb. I'm bored and I'm cold and I want to go home.
No, don't go in yet. Maybe it's not working because we both have to believe in the Christmas spirit. Maybe if you believe with all your heart in the magic of Christmas, then he'll wake up and be our best friend forever and never forget our birthdays, all of our t-ball games.
Fine. I'll give it a try.
Take my hand.
We believe in the Christmas spirit. We believe in the Christmas spirit. We believe in the Christmas spirit. Frosty!
Whoa! What the hell?
I knew you were real, Frosty.
Whoa, okay. I'm not Frosty, okay, so.
Are you okay, Frosty?
Oh, yeah, two things. One, still not Frosty. Two, never smoked butt hash, alright? Rip your shit right up.
What?
My dad used to say that to me all the time.
Wait, your dad. Hang on. I'm remembering something. It's coming back to me. Wait for it. Wait. Timmy!
How did you know my name?
It's me, Timmy. Old Jack Frost.
Dad, is it really you?
Yes, son. I've come back as a snowman for some reason, and I'm here to make up for all the times I was such a terrible father.
It's a Christmas miracle!
I don't like this, Tim. You said we were going to do the magical Frosty movie, not the Dad Comes Back as a Snowman movie. Your dad sucks.
Hey! You say to my face, you little... Oh, yes, you Screw you, you're not worth it.
I want to go home now, Timmy. We can try again tomorrow.
I can't just leave my dad out here all alone, Susie.
Yeah,
He needs me.
He's got a point, you know. You know what they always say? Snow dad's better than no dad. Ding, bop, boop, bop. Anyway, beat it. Get lost. I don't want you here, kid. Grab.
Susie!
And you come here and you give your old man a hug.
Dad, you're hurting me!
That's the point, Timmy.
Oh, no! This isn't the friendly Jack Frost. This is the bad Jack Frost. Timmy, that's not your dad.
It is my dad. He's just like this!
Here's Jenny. What are you doing? No! No, that's my magical silk hat! No, I'm dying! It makes me up! No, no! No, I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you! I don't wanna go!
Are you okay, Timmy?
I think so. But I sure do have a lot of stabs.
We should probably get you to a hospital.
Susie,
Yeah, Timmy?
I really hate Christmas movies.
Me too, Timmy. Me too.
Well, that was it. Our entire arts and histories grant. Couldn't you tell? From all the art, and all the history. Well, actually, there was a little bit of history in that piece. You see, the premise for it came from the fact that between the years 1995 and 1996, there were 2 Jack Frost movies released. One was about a serial killer who became a snowman, and the other was a Michael Keaton film. And all the best CGI that the 90s couldn't afford. They would oftentimes be next to each other in Hastings or a Blockbuster. Which means that some poor mother took home a movie where a snowman appears in the shower next to Shannon Elizabeth, sans carrot nose. And the rest can be disturbingly inferred. It was the Michael Keaton one, actually. So up next, Sleigh Ride by Matthew Baltzell.
C-H-R-I-S-T-M-A-S. C is for the candy trim around the Christmas tree. H is for the happiness with all the family. R is for the reindeer prancing by the window pane. I is for the icing on the cake as sweet as sugar cane. S is for the stocking on the chimney wall. T is for the toys beneath the tree so tall. M is for the where everyone is kissed. A is for the angels who make up the Christmas list. S is for Santa who makes every kid his pet. We gonna bring you everything in your Christmas alphabet. It's for the family trim around the Christmas tree. It's for the happiness with all the family. Reindeer prancing by the window pane. It's for the icing on the cake as sweet as sugar cane. Everything in your Christmas alphabet.
C-H-R-I-S-T-M-A-S.
And with that piece, we have possibly, conceptually, the darkest piece we've ever performed. Came on so suddenly, I don't know who to thank. Anxiety, real world events. Oh, and that's right, hell. We're like the college student who came home for Thanksgiving break. We're going to talk about current events in inappropriate times. So, it is my first time hosting a holiday show. I'm so used to Halloween that I might have misjudged the joyfulness to darkness ratio here. So, let's see if we can't course correct a little bit. Up next, All I Want by Jamie and Jessica Nebeker.
Shoppers, look your best and forget the rest this Christmas season with dresses starting at $7.99. Come find yours in women's apparel. The new Pendleton's Perma Smooth sport shirts start at $3.99. These new sport shirts will never wrinkle. Visit Men's Apparel on the 3rd floor. Dance your way into the new year in a stylish pair of Vitality shoes. See June in the shoe department to find your perfect fit. This Christmas, make her wonderful wish come true with a genuine registered keepsake diamond ring. Every little girl wants a dress for Christmas. We now have Sweet Sugar Plums dresses in stock for the holidays. And for him, Swank, of course. Swank crafted cufflinks and tie clips come in a perfect gift package. Skipper, shorter than Barbie, just 9 inches tall, but the same flair for dressing. Kenner's Easy Bake Oven bakes with an ordinary electric light bulb. Chatty Cathy Doll, Lightbright by Hasbro, Frisky Lucky Pet. Fisher Price's Mustang Mustang Wonder Horse, by Moon Fisher Price's Mustang Wonder Horse. Batteries not included.
All right. Divorce and a child's head exploding. I might have been wrong about the lightness of that piece. But I know what you're all thinking. They're mannequins. So where did the kid come from? Like, if there's one thing that I know, mannequins, much like fleshy hair, aren't exactly well endowed. In that they have nothing at all. So, like, did they buy the kid? Did they have to make her? Like, okay, so if her head hadn't exploded, go with me here, would she have grown up? Or is it possible that that piece actually spanned decades? All I know is I'm gonna have to drive to Oregon to figure that one out. You know what I mean? For those in the back that couldn't hear, I just made a weed sound. So up next, we have Santa Claus is Coming to Town by Ashley Howell and Ashley Townend.
This was the night before Christmas, 3 children in the house. There wasn't an adult in sight, no father, no spouse. The children were tired, but filled with giggles and laughs. Finally, they calmed. It was time for their long winter nap. They each hoped for a sweet surprise for when they woke. Each whispered to themselves. Their Christmas wish was all they spoke. The tree was lit, the fireplace crackling. Jack Frost at each bedroom window was a tap, tap, tapping. In the distance was heard Santa's sleigh bells jingle, jangle. Oh, what a twisted web this dark Christmas night soon will tangle. The reindeer's hooves collided with the children's roof. Santa stepped down in the snow. His boots stepped with a poof. Each child's ears perked at the rustling snow. Only Sam drowsily opened, then shut his eyes. Santa was beyond excited to give them each their Christmas surprise. He slithered down the chimney, all sorts of excited. The sight of each child would have him so very delighted. Santa took off his gloves, no longer soft, now rigid. There was more than long winter nights and Christmas that had Santa's heart frigid. The first child, Dan, awoke, half asleep and thirsty. He got up from his bed for a glass of water, and, if he could find one, a Hershey's. Dan stumbled through the long hallway. Christmas smells hung in the air. His slippered feet shuffled down the carpeted stairs. The tree glistened with joy. He thought it the most beautiful thing he ever saw. Dan drew closer and closer, slashed quickly by a claw. Jan thought she heard a thump and slowly sat up in bed. Her stomach grumbled. She headed down the stairs for a slice of bread. Jan carefully stepped so not to wake her two brothers. Each stair she did take more carefully than the others. At the bottom of the stairs, with much delight did she see jolly old St. Nicholas bending down near the tree. She quietly approached him, not wanting to cause a startle or fright. Santa whipped around quickly. Slash! His second kill of the night. Sam sat up with a start. He felt lonely and cold. The air around him uneasy. He forced himself to be bold. He crept down the stairs, tried his best to be cautious. The uneasiness got to him, made him feel nauseous. At the bottom of the stairs, Sam hesitated. His heartbeat grew faster the longer he waited. A sense of dread weighed him down. Slash!
Now, some of that piece was given away for those of you who looked through the program earlier tonight, because you might have noticed that claws in this case was spelled C-L-A-W-S. Like a claw. You see, it works on so many levels, but mostly just one. I would also like to take this moment to bring attention to the Homegrown Theater Horrific Puppet Affair drinking game, in which you take a drink anytime a child dies on stage. If you've been playing along so far, you should be pretty sloshed. Because if there's one group of people that you can trust around children, it's a troupe of actors who perform a puppet show in a bar. So up next. So up next, we have The Greatest Gift by Ashley Townend and Ashley. Oh! No, we don't. Jumped ahead a little bit there. Up next, we have Holiday Special by Matthew Baltzell.
Why is it here? I can't find the remote anywhere. I want to watch Rudolph. Help me. I can't find it anywhere and I want to watch Rudolph. Help me.
Here it is.
dentist.
A dentist?
Or at least I want to be one someday. Right now I'm just an elf. But I don't need anybody. I'm independent.
Me too. I'm whatever you say. Independent.
Hey, what do you say we both be independent together?
You wouldn't mind my red nose?
As long as you don't mind my eating the flesh of the living.
No way. I love the flesh of the living.
I especially love eating little girls.
Me too. Especially ones named Sally. Come on, Sally. Use your flesh. Use your flesh, Sally. Sally, use your flesh.
If we're going to get this play off the ground, we're going to need cooperation.
Look, Charlie Brown, what do you want?
The proper mood. Let's get a Christmas tree.
That's it, Charlie Brown. You get the tree, and I'll get the dinner.
To Frosty the Snowman.
Tonight we focus our attention on the economy. The fiscal year started with jobs on the rise and the unemployment rate at an all-time low. Employment continues to rise, but is slowing considerably. Some point the cost.
Happy birthday!
Well, take a drink. That piece touches on some important subjects. Like one, don't sit so close to the TV. I don't know why people ignore that. That's a universal rule. And two, there's nothing quite as horrific in live theater as audience participation. Talking to you, front row. I'm just joking, you're all right. I can't actually touch you, otherwise you might notice that these skeleton hands aren't real. It would ruin the whole night. Because there's nothing quite like pulling someone out of the audience and making wish that they never had come. And if you listen closely, you just heard a few people lean over to their significant others and tersely whisper, "Yep." So up next, now we have the greatest gift. It's a good thing I haven't been doing this for 3 weeks and made such a silly mistake. Otherwise it would be so embarrassing. So up next, we have The Greatest Gift by Ashley Townend and Ashley Howell.
Dashing through the snow, everyone was open sleigh. All the kids we go, laughing all the way. Bells on the ring, many spirits bright. Party to ride, like the fire of the night. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Forward bound, everyone was open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
worry for anyone concerned. That dog was never real and will never become real. It was also not based on a true story, but in fact, several true stories. So now, I have some more time to kill before this next piece, so I thought I'd like to share with you some of the pieces that didn't make it through this evening, and were certainly just made up backstage. The Grinch's heart grows past us 3 times, bursts from his chest, gains sentience, and slaughters Whoville. The Beatles reunite. It's the largest concert anyone has ever seen in the world. They only sing Wonderful Christmas Time. It's the famous Campbell's Soup snowman commercial.
Yes.
But as the snowman eats the soup, he does not melt down to a boy, but a skeleton that falls limply on the table. In response to Do They Know It's Christmas, all the impoverished countries in the world come together and pool their funds to create a video where they respond, yes. Santa cuts right to the chase. Replaces coal with New York Times expose. It's the Bing Crosby, David Bowie, Little Drummer Boy shorts. They only sing Wonderful Christmas Time. So up next, we have My Sad Ghost by Matthew Baltzell.
Some of us are haunted by things. I'm haunted by a little blue ghost. She is always with me wherever I go. Some days, she is so small that she's easy to ignore. But whenever the cold wind starts to blow and the winter starts to rear its head, that's when she begins to grow and grow. I don't notice her growing sometimes. She'll secretly do it when I get overwhelmed with work. And at first she seems like a friend. Something to comfort me in the colder winter months. Eventually, she starts to take over my life. Things and people I once loved, she keeps away.
Hi, Katie, it's work. We need to talk. Your last report has been incomplete. I noticed your work has been slipping. I'm not upset. I'm just worried about you. I want to talk about what...
Katie, it's Tara. Where have you been? We never hang out anymore, dude. We're all going out tonight. I really want to see you again. And we can go to that bar with that hot dude. You know the one.
I never notice her growing until she's already huge. When she's already taken so much. She makes me
me feel terrible. So sad and angry inside. But that's not the worst. The worst isn't when I feel alone or when I feel sad or furious. It's when she makes me feel nothing. The feeling of nothingness. Just a black, empty chasm where I used to see things. I look at my family and the things I used to love. I look at myself and I feel emptiness. A hollow hole where I used to be. It's worse than the worst feeling imaginable. It's in those moments I'd rather not be alive than feel this way. There are moments, though, in all the awfulness, that I see myself. Little flickers of me without her. I have learned to take those moments whenever I can and fight back.
Hey, Mom. Can we talk?
Katie, I'm so glad you called.
It's hard to fight something so large, but I do it little by little. It helped once I realized I didn't have to do it alone.
I think we had a really good session this week. You've done a lot of good work.
It's not easy, but eventually I find a way back to myself. I have a ghost that haunts me. I'm not happy I have her, but she is a part of who I am. There are times when she is so small that I don't even notice her. When things are at their best, she is very easy to ignore. But she is always there, waiting. Waiting for the cold wind to blow, for winter to rear its head. It's easy to think she's gone for good, but really she's always waiting. Waiting to grow once more.
That one was sad. Oh, it's like if a wonderful life just ended with George Bailey on the bridge. Tell you what she simply wasn't having. A wonderful Christmas time. We had to cut that one down, too. It was originally a scene with a sad ghost just Googles porn for 3 hours. Alright. Well, now that we've got you thinking about your existence, pretty good segue to get yourself some beer and enjoy the intermission. We'll be back. There we are. That's the right time to come out. All right. We'll make this brief because I know we want to get home early because we're going to be going to the late night Christmas Eve services tomorrow, right? Harsh. I mean, I'm a demon even. So, unlike George Bailey, let's jump right in. That was a wonderful segue. In collaboration with Opera Elect, Krampusnacht by Jordan Bowman.
coven of witches. Which is most powerful and feared by all. The Alpine people distrusted these women's magic. The Alpine villagers wanted to protect their children. The Alpine people resorted to attack. Hang them, drown them, burn the witches, stone them, beat them, burn the witches. Hongzi, Tongzi, Princy Hexer, Skyzi, Shorzi, Princy Hexer. Hongzi, Princy, Hongzi, Princy. The survivors avenge their sisters with the summoning of a dark spirit. A spirit that would make their children and their children's children fear the dark cold night that winter brings instead of Christmas cheer.
Krampus terrorized the villagers every night, whipping women with his fertile birch. He ensured the blood of the mischievous ones, the children they held dear.
Hunt them, fight them, bring me women, stalk them, mock them, give me children. Yogsy, Fritzy, give me a flowin'. Schwartzy, Broopsy, give me a kitten. Yogsy, Nipsy, Schleichsy, Broopsy.
Spending the only
Did you hear that?
What?
Now, children, even though Krampus was birthed thousands of moons ago, he is still a malevolent spirit. He is waiting, and he is hungry. You had better hope that you've been good all year, because Krampus is coming, and he knows if you've been naughty.
You too can get your own fertile birch at adamandeve.com. So now, we have a little more time to kill because we have to get that very real Converse-wearing Krampus off the stage. So we have a few more rejected pieces. A man accidentally startles off his roof in front of the man's adolescent son, killing him. The man does not become the Santa Claus. They make a feature-length sequel to the favorite Christmas classic, Love Actually, called Divorce Actually. It's a Mannheim steamroller concert, but the steamroller is real and it kills people. Jesus Christ returns to earth once again. He only greets people with happy holidays. So up next, we have Off the Clock by Erica Jenko.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the lamplight gleams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my dreams. I'll be home for Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree.
Well, we did it, darlings. We killed Santa. Presumably by stabbing him repeatedly in the groin. Do you think when he fell, his belly shook like a bowl full of jelly? I do, because I think it's hilarious. No, I do have to admit some surprise. I didn't realize that we had a piece about the Amazon warehouse in this one. Well, it would have been more tasteful if I had made it about the apple factory. I will say, a couple of nights ago, a woman did say yes. Now, I don't know who she was, but if you see her on the street, feel free to boo her. So up next, we have Deus Ex Crustum by Josh Gross.
Y'all got the Google. You know all that hokum already. I'm here to tell you something else. About the time our hero faced his greatest challenge yet. One straight
from the man upstairs.
No! Hold! Everybody hold! Jesus! What are you doing? No, I told you to cross stage left. Stage left. No, left! Look at my hands, man! Left!
It's not what you were expecting, eh, folks? Well, hombres and hombrettes, in our line of work, the director is God.
You know what? This isn't working out. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to replace you as the meme science. Exactly my point. All you do is grunt. Even Keanu Reeves has more range than that. Okay. You know what? I'll give you one more chance. Seeing as how you are my son-in-law. My really weird son. So just vanquish your rivals and you can stay. How? Why, by playing the 10 Commandments. Our first contestant is a man you all know and love. He's green, he's rotten, he's covered in disgusting scabs, he's Zombie Jesus! Our second contestant is a hot new meme-worthy prophet burning up our chat rooms. He rides with 70 virgins instead of 12 apostles, and because he is invisible and covered with a sheet, he most definitely is not the forbidden depiction of the prophet that would get homegrown theater slapped with a fatwa. It's Ghost Muhammad! Save it for the game, you two. Our final contestant is the Dark Horse, the rebel upstart, the guy we got because Grumpy Cat was not available. It's Steve! I don't know, he's got a lot of followers on Tumblr or something.
Oh, and a wrestling podcast.
No one cares, Steve. Well, everyone ready? Well then, let there be light! Let's pick out our first commandment. Thou shalt. Where are we gonna get a camel at this hour? Let's just get to the most important one, shall we? Thou shalt eat pie. Thou shalt eat pie.
Wait, pie isn't in the official rulebook.
Now
so
look
I mean,
here,
like,
Steve. We need something as messy, trivial, and stuck in the 1950s as religion, so pie.
But I don't think
Also, I'm omnipotent, and I can do whatever I want, so bring on the pies! Now, our first pie is an old favorite, kidney pie.
Kidney pie? Y'all know old Jesus can only eat brains, right? Looked like the game was rigged. That is, until our hero took matters into his own hands.
Food fight. It's a food fight. It's a food fight, baby. A food fight. Food fight. Food fight. It's a food fight, baby. A food fight. It's not the kind of food fight where you fight with food. No way. It's just the kind of fight that happens around. Right on. Right on. Dude. Oh, it's a food fight. It's a food fight. It's a food fight, baby. A food fight. It's a food fight, baby. It's also not the kind of fight that's about no way. It's just the kind of fight that happens during right on, dude. Right on, dude.
contest is going, it's not about food.
It's pretty clear!
Steve eats up all his
And just when it appeared that Steve was about to claim victory,
Deus ex machina!
what's all that fancy talk for?
Mecha Shiva, the God Machine! I am the most meme-worthy god and the fastest pie eater, and you shall pay for your insolence! Ha! Now give me a beat! Yeah! I'm an ancient god with a sidewalk twist! Ain't no step to this! You let me outman me!
Annoyed!
Now the great destroyer came to destroy! I represent the billion on the rise! It's the dynasty of mystery and the rust! And I hate a god on stage that can set this rage! Your role is history time to turn the page! While looking to the dawn of a new age! And now it's time to rampage! Great destroyer powers activate! 1, 2, 3, 4!
God damn it! Oh, would you look at this mess? You see, this is why I didn't invite you. You know, maybe just once. Try not destroying everything and then see how that goes for you.
You shall pay for your insolence!
I've heard your catchphrase already. You know what? We're just gonna call this a draw. What? Everybody go back to 1. Zombie Jesus, just keep doing your thing, I guess.
But, like, I ate all my pie!
No one likes a sore loser, Steve.
I didn't lose!
You save it for your podcast. Shut it down, everyone.
I could just, like, win!
No one cares, Steve.
And I swear it's true, but like all religion, don't ask me for proof. I got the spot out over some eyes, and nobody learned a thing. No, there ain't no moral to this tale of mine. There's just the end. I hope you had a good time. Though nobody learned a thing.
Well, what happened next?
Zombie Jesus ate some brains, Ghost Mohammed shook some chains. He went back to his podcast to complain, and nobody learned a thing.
Not me.
We all learned nothing. We all learned nothing. We all learned nothing.
Well, with so many cultures and religions represented on stage, it's a good thing that everyone up there wasn't white. Oh no. Oh, I heard of a white Christmas, but this is ridiculous. of Utah High School's production of Hamilton. It means well. It means so well. Well, on a related note, if you would like to bring home a conversation piece, Zombie Jesus and Mecha Shiva will be a couple of the puppets auctioned off tonight. So when guests come to visit your house, a conversation can start with, "What the hell is that?" So up next, we have The Man Who Was Santa Claus by Dana Smith.
Santa! Mom and Dad tell me if I do all my chores every Sunday, like I clean up my room, I pick up Tucker's poop, I take out the trash, then I'll be on your good list. So I've been working really hard this year because there's this one toy that I really want.
2001, the Tarakawa Bionicle Lego set. I brought it for you. You added the Harry Potter Professor Snape's Potions Lab set on your list, but I don't think you really wanted it. Your friend Damien really liked Harry Potter, and I think you wanted to seem cool. But I got you that too.
There are small, medium, and large Bionicle sets. I already have a ton of small and medium ones. But Damien, he has one of the large ones. It's called Nurama, and Santa, it is so cool.
2003, the Xbox. That's when you started focusing on video games, which is fine, most kids did. I remember your little eyes glued to the screen. It was hard for your parents. Hard for lots of parents, but you sure did love those games.
The one that I really want is called Tarakawa. It's this little puncher guy, and if you pull his lever, his arm punches out, and if you punch off the other guy's mask, it's like wham! And then it's over, so then it's like a battle, and if you build two Tarakawa, then... Oh, Santa... I just think it's gonna be so cool.
2005, that was the last year you came to see me. You didn't even ask for anything. Man, sitting on Santa's lap is for kids. Ho, 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 ho. That's okay. I brought you a little something anyway. That helmet for your bike, the kind with the cool mohawk hair on top of it. I thought you would think it was pretty neat. I think maybe you wore it a few times at least, but by then you were probably too cool for helmets.
The blue Tarakawa is called Pakiri, and the teal Tarakawa is called Kakama. I know this is a lot of information, Santa, but Bionicles are so cool, and there are a ton of cool facts about them, and the other kids, they bring their Bionicle books to school, and then we read about them at lunch.
2009, high school! That's when you had your first girlfriend, Alejandra. Oh boy, she was sweet. About a foot taller than you, though.
And Santa, there are so many sets. Like, seriously, hundreds of them. I could collect Bionicle for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't have them all.
2017. By then, you'd already graduated college. You were such a smart kid. Good grades. I was so proud of you. Your dad was, too. And your mom would have been, too. You know that, don't you?
And if you get too busy, or if you forget, that's okay. I know you have a lot of kids to get Christmas gifts this year, but that's why I remind you now. Everybody forgets sometimes.
2025. Lauren left that year. I know you were real down about it, but I was never worried about you. You've always been tough. She didn't deserve you anyway.
And if you want to give me something smaller or cheaper, I understand. But presents are expensive. And I'm sure it costs you a lot of money to come up with so many.
2043. Was that the year of the Washington, D.C. terrorist attacks and the water crisis? I know something happened in 43. It all blends together. Things weren't going too good then, were they? But you hung in there. You always did.
Anyways, no matter what you give me, I'll like it. Mom and Dad always tell me to be appreciative. And I am for any present.
2055. 46 years with the same company, and they shove you off right at the holidays. I so wanted to give them a piece of my mind. Remember that watch I brought you to try and cheer you up? You probably didn't even know it was from me.
And thank you. I don't know if anybody thanks you. But thank you.
Who use watches anymore at that point? My worn out old brain.
I always love the presents you get me. And I love how you're so nice to us kids.
2071. Then, that was it. A nice service. Nice to see some of those that knew you come together to celebrate you. Did you know I was there? Because I was.
I think that's it. I'm gonna go now and let the other kids in line have a turn. Goodbye, Santa. I'll see you next year.
Well, who's next?
That one was sad again. Well, don't feel too bad for him. He predicted a terrorist attack and he didn't tell anybody about it. You know, he knows when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake, he knows when you're bad or when you've been bad or good, and then he follows you for the rest of your life. He's gonna tell you about it. You know, I've been thinking about why you mortals come watch something like this in the middle of December. Because I realize when it's cold outside, you want something happy, something entertaining. When you live in a city where the internet, the internet company, the power company, and the bank light up their buildings in festive colors to remind you that your bills are due. You come to a theater company where clearly some 20-something-year-olds are working through some shit. So a tip of the hat to the bartenders who make our jobs easier. And this season will usher in the new year a very horrific way. And I'll leave you with this tonight. Every time you hear a bell ring, an angel gets its wings. And the devil gets an erection. So up next, and finally tonight, we have For Old Times by Chad, Ethan, Shoet.
Be forgot and old lang syne.
Every year, on the first of the days, we did good by their demands.
I've heard tell of this before. They say you do it for protection.
It weren't protection we needed.
They say the people of your village sail to some god-forsaken rock, that you climb into some caves. They say you perform some unholy ritual.
Oh, Lord, forgive us.
Every year you do this.
Aye.
That you're bound by some ancestral promise?
Aye.
I've heard you chant some song down there. Some song only your people know the words to.
It weren't protection we needed.
I've heard of this forsaken tradition.
It was mercy.
I've heard of this tale of the Old Lang Syne.
Not the Old Lang Syne. No. 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 The Old Fang Syne. They chased us through those winding tunnels, separating us, driving us further and further down. curse gleams with me to my grave. I got out with my life, my guilt, and my story. Heed the warnings. Beware the new year. Beware the old fang sign.